man. Okay, then. So let's start, sibling. Let's start real local. Let's keep it Brum. Let's explore the combat sports realm because we got a Brum representative, welterweight champion of the UFC. He is going to be down in London taking on the former champ for a part 3, Kamaru Usman. Epic thing, boss. And before you even jump in, sibling, thank everybody who is now giving Rocky the support that he should have had from way back in the day.
1000%.
You know what I mean? You peeped the press conference.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet, Noble. The actual press
Listen.
conference. Just before you go in, Noble. This is probably one of the worst promoted fights from a point of view where I'm standing.
Yep.
Reason being, I only realized they were fighting on Wednesday. Now, a man might say, well, okay, you're not a heavy MMA fan, which is true. I'm a casual MMA fan, but I'm subbed to all these channels and the UFC have dropped the ball, but I've heard that they only really go hard the last 5 days of a promo. So
yes.
Yeah, go to Noble.
100% correct, and let's touch on that because you are indeed correct, and I think it's a mistake. It's a big mistake for them just to literally do heavy promotion a week before the fight. The promotion should be starting 2 weeks out, especially for the casuals. We need to have those interviews. We need the promo 3-minute videos of the headshot dead. Yeah, we need that stuff.
That slogan's gone big.
Listen, at the ceremonial weigh-ins, at the press conference. Let's go back to the press conference. The press conference, a little dry, I will say. It was a little dry. It wasn't the best, but there were some good parts to it. Every time Kamaru came in and tried to speak, headshot dead, headshot dead, headshot dead. It was just drowning my youth out, boss. But I will give kudos where it is deserved, and Kamaru was dressed, number one, much better. He always dresses very good, sometimes quite strange, but his suit was on point, double-breasted thing, new age kind of design. But his responses, he had a big smile on his face. He looks confident. He was saying the right things, even though mans were like, "Shut up, you bald idiot!" No, disrespecting my man and everything. That is funny, but at the same time, it's hella disrespectful. These are trained killers, man. Yeah, going to put their physical health, mental health on the line, sibling, in a cage, in their damn underwear. You gotta give them that, boss. You can't disrespect them. You can have an opinion, but you can't be calling mans a bold. But this is the age and the era that we're in. All this crazy free talk, because if man was out on road, they ain't gonna be saying, "Hey, Kamaru, you're a bold pussy," and this and nah. They ain't gonna be doing that.
I think he's bold by choice as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? People, man, but you're right, man. The MMA world is weird to me. It's real weird to me. And I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. Like, I love boxing. But the MMA world's growing on me. It's growing on me because the best fight the best all the time.
Yes.
The best fight the best. Now, Leon, I feel like I'm gonna say this, no matter what happened tonight, I feel like they threw him back in with Usman too early. And we'll only know the reason for that after tonight. This might be, Leon might go in there and just take my man out again. If he does that, then Leon is cemented. Because they say you got to beat the champ, become the champ. Leon's done that already. If Leon defends that belt tonight, he's cemented. I don't want to hear nobody making no excuses. If he wins tonight, it doesn't matter what happens after the fact. Leon is cemented. However, now I'm Eddington from, I'm all the way behind Leon. My heart is all the way behind Leon and the team and everybody else involved.
Mm-hmm.
But if he goes in there and he loses, then people can always say, "Oh, that was a lucky shot." You know, that was a lucky shot. He hit him with a lucky shot. And, you know, so I'm just hoping Leon goes in there tonight and shows that it really was about the high altitude.
Yes.
Last time. And I hope he goes in there and he does what he needs to do, because I want to see the brother make a lot of money. I want to see him get payday after payday. I want to see him fight Covington, sorry. I still want to see the Masvidal fight.
Yeah, man. Easy money.
Fights. Yeah, easy money, man. Let Leon make some. Let him get some coins now, man. Some serious coins, man.
And you're right. You're right on your analysis. If he doesn't win, and this is where this is where I think the biggest pressure comes in, because that's what so many detractors are saying. Like, look, my man, he did excellent in the first round. He won the first round. You know what I mean? 10-9 easily. Not 10-8, but 10-9. But for rounds 2, 3, 4, and some of 5, he was getting totally dominated. Totally dominated. And he, you know, it wasn't a fluke, because as they've shown multiple different footages, they drilled that same technique. So it wasn't no fluke, but it does show that my man was dominated. So that's a lot of pressure that is on his shoulders, and he's a champ, and he's representing the UK, the whole of the UK, Brum, London, and JA. You know, he's got a lot on his shoulders, man. He's got to prove that he is indeed the king of the welterweight division, and it wasn't no fluke thing. Man set it up, boss. Showed in the hip, pumped the jab out there. My man, Dr. Cross, headshot dead. And I'm looking forward to a tough battle. I do think that Rocky is gonna. There's two scenarios. There's two scenarios. We're gonna get a decision victory on either ends, trustfully on Rocky's end, or Rocky's gonna done the dance. I don't think he's gonna get a submission victory. That would be perfect if he could sub him out real quick, because he got his back and was searching for the rear naked choke in the first round. If he could do that, listen, man have to just shut up. Yeah, because we got a KO for the second meeting, and for the third meeting we get a submission. Now, you're saying about the payday, I want it as well. But here's where the big juicy bots, not the BBL, but the juicy natural bots. They're gonna throw him some killers, boss.
Yeah, Covington's in London, you know.
Yeah, listen. He kept that
right. He made weight.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, MMA is a different animal. Noble. I see why people love it. They've got another top contender.
Second,
and in phenomenal shape as well.
Yes, and he's number 2. He's number 2. He's
what's that other dog's name? Chikaya. What's his name? Chikaya.
Hamzat Chimaev.
He's moved up, ain't he, Noble?
Pardon?
He's now moved up, ain't he? Because he couldn't make the world.
Well, this is the thing. He was flitting between 170 and 185. The last big event he had was the last time he fought at 170 was with Gilbert Burns, and that was a proper war. He won, but he got bossed up still. And then he was supposed to fight again in 170. And he just came in with a big grin on his face at 185 pounds. Said, yeah, man, this is the weight. So they had to do a crazy thing and change 2 fights, swap them around. And that's where Tony Ferguson fought Nate Diaz. Because remember, Hamzat was supposed to fight Nate Diaz for his last fight.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And as they say, they call it the MMA gods. The MMA gods said, nah. We can't make Nate go out and get broke up by a new U2's a mauler. Listen, if it would have been destruction, I don't think Nate would have lasted around. And this is no disrespect to Nate Diaz. He's tough, he's durable, but he's very one-dimensional. Very one-dimensional in regards to the evolution of this game called mixed martial arts. You can't rely on taking a bit of punishment, getting takedown, and doing a triangle no more.
let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room now. I was at the barber shop last night, okay, getting my trim and all that. And, you know, there's some heavy MMA dudes in the barber shop. And, you know, we were discussing this fight. We were discussing it, man. Some man were getting loud. It was getting kind of, see what I mean? Some man was saying that it was a fluke.
Yeah.
Some man was just like, yo, it's a fluke. Nah, no chance. And then the other half was saying, nah, Rocky's the truth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
these man know MMA.
Mm.
Now, remember, I'm telling you, I'm a casual fan. I don't know who's the better all-rounded fighter, all that stuff. I don't know that stuff. I know they're both top fighters,
Yes.
but I don't know who's the, you know, the more naturally skilled fighter, all of that stuff. But since Leon won the belt, and if I'm wrong, Noble, because, you know, you've been following this sport before it was popular. If I'm wrong, please interject. I feel like the UFC paraded Leon around almost like a Buster Douglas.
Oh, shit.
I'm being real, man. I'm being real. And this is what I said in the shop last night. They're parading him around almost like, yo, you've got it now, but like they're not really pushing it as though he's a long-term champion. Like, it's almost like they are pushing it as a fluke. All the promo that I have seen, which is why I will keep saying that I have not watched all the promo, but from what I have seen, they're promoting it almost like it was a fluke. Like this headshot dead, like, yeah, headshot dead. So if he jumps into that fight tonight and there's no headshot dead, what's plan B? And that's how I believe it's being pushed. And the one thing I'd say to Leon is, yo, you're a champion. You're a champion. You're a champion, and you done it the hard way.
Yes.
I remember when the brother got signed to the UFC. I remember the day he got signed to the UFC. And I'm saying he's a champion. He's done it the hard way. He hasn't done no gimmicks, no antics, none of that. He's done it the hard way. But certain times I feel like not all press appearances are positive. Sometimes it's almost, okay, so when I watched the Breakfast Club interview.
Oh my God, that was disrespectful, yeah, sibling.
It's like they're interviewing like a lottery winner. You see what I'm saying? Like you're interviewing a lottery winner, or like it's a one-off thing. And another thing that I find highly offensive is when it's being promoted that Leon's from London. Now, this bothers me a lot. The reason why it bothers me so much, Noble, is because I'm close to the MMA community in Brum. And what I mean by that is, you know, I used to train. I'm not no MMA fighter or none of that, but I used to train at the #1 facility at the time. I know it's a different gym now, but where Rocky comes from is UTC in Erdington. Yes. Now, they were promoting MMA when it was not popular, Noble.
Of course.
The mans were calling it a dog fights.
Yes.
That's when they had that gym from them days. And the owners of that gym were some of the most humble people that you could ever come across. You know, and I got to big up Joe Cummings. That's Rocky's original trainer. Silk, he's still fighting. He's on his way into the organization as well. Now, I just look at the situation and I say to myself, you're not putting a spotlight on the city by trying to take him away from being from Bro.
You like, right?
Yeah, talk to me, Normal, man. Talk to me.
Listen,
how do you feel? Because you got an MMA channel.
You've just laid it out again eloquently as you do, Mark. That's exactly. And listen, even down to some of the Dibby, and I'm going to disrespect them in this respect. The DB presenters, color commentators, the MMA podcasts and stuff. Yeah, Leon, you know, is fighting in his home city in London. No. What are you talking about? That's an hour and a half away. That's 90 plus miles away, man, Brum and London. What are you talking about? This is the small-mindedness of some of these Americans. This as far as they're concerned, not aware, concerned. The United Kingdom is just one big place called London. There's no other city, sibling. You know what I mean? It's
now switch it up, Noble. Sorry, but I need to say this. Look at Terence Crawford. Look at Terence Crawford from the States. Mm-hmm. The man comes from Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska, exactly.
But my man's put Omaha, Nebraska on the map.
Yeah.
Every interview, and even if they make a mistake, he's like, nah, I'm from Omaha. He wears it on his shorts. Now, all I'm saying is, people might say this is not a big thing, but it is. Because what you're setting up is the future. Now, I watched Creed 3 the other day. Creed 2, I watched Creed 3 as well, but I watched Creed 2 to get ready for Creed 3. And in Creed 2, Dolph Lundgren, who plays Ivan Drago, he's got a son who boxes. That's the whole premise of the film. He goes to Philadelphia, and goes to find Rocky in that restaurant. Now, if you're a Rocky fan like I am, the movie, you will know what Philly means to Rocky, what Rocky means to Philly. And I'm just saying, I want someone to do that for this city.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I think Leon's that guy.
Yeah.
So he's got to correct these people, man. Yo, nah. I'm from Brum. Oh, what's Brum? No. I'm from Birmingham. It's a place 2 hours outside of London. Google it.
Yeah.
Do what I'm saying? We got a lot of other fighters there doing their thing coming up. Take a look out for this man, that man. Boom, I train with that man. And that's what I'm saying. But they're almost parading it like, after this fight, my man's kind of out of that spotlight. And that's what I'm trying to say. Nah, look at McGregor and all these other guys. If you draw for a McGregor, half the reason he's where he is because of how he executed his plan.
Good point.
He made himself valid to a nation. Look at Katie Taylor.
Intrinsically linked, as you say. When you think of Katie Taylor, when you think of McGregor, you think of Ireland. Yeah.
Right. Look, the other day, Eddie Hearn, Katie Taylor's got some massive big boy unification coming up.
Yep.
And there was
Crow Park
money to get the stadium there. They couldn't put the bread up. McGregor tweeted out publicly and said, yo, what do you lot need to get this done?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We need that for this city, Noble. We need that because MMA is the future. And I'm telling you why it's the future. Leon has influenced so many young people in this city. I got little cousins who have signed up to the gym now off the strength of Leon.
Yeah, man.
I know so much young people that are so interested in the sport because of Leon.
Yes.
Because they're looking and saying, what?
And it's
from Brum.
And it's
seeing that he's actually lives in Brum.
Yes.
That you can literally go outside and see Leon. This is not someone who Leon was at the Black Lives Matter march in Brum. He was at the Black Lives Matter march in Brum. This is when he was meant to be fighting what's my man's name again? Tyron Woodley.
Oh, Woodley, yeah, just before the COVID and it,
around that time. Now I'm saying if I'm really building Edwards, that fight's at Villa Park, mate. That fight tonight should be at Villa Park.
Listen, sibling.
I don't want to sound bitter,
Sibling. He was campaigning for this team, but you see the thing with Rocky is he's not, and he's getting better. He's definitely getting better. The PR team and they're working with him and stuff, but he's still not vocal enough. We're seeing like flashes of his personality and stuff, but he's not. I don't think he's comfortable doing that. He's not. He's getting more comfortable, and it's because Conor was so comfortable and knew the power in doing what he was doing would set him up. And he did that at a very, very early stage. Like, look, I'm gonna knock Mayuta in the first round still. Second round KO. You know what I mean? He was just naming that shit. They was calling him Mystic Mac and all this thing, yeah? He had something outside of just his skills, because Rocky, you mute the something, yeah? Don't watch no interviews, nothing, and just watch him. Yo, my man's phenomenal. But when we turn the sound on, when we hear the interviews, it's like, yeah, like you listen, you got this flipping youth, look, a youngster with a big following still. I'll even say his name, MMA Guru, right?
Yeah.
He's there taking the piss out of Leon, saying you can't even understand him. And he's from flipping, I think, on the outskirts of London.
Oh, is he a fighter?
No, he's just a YouTube commentates on the thing, and he's entertaining still, but he's hella disrespectful. He's hella disrespectful to fighters and shit. You best mind, but this is the age, and I was just on Twitter talking about this thing. This is the age of what we're living in. But there's no the boundaries ain't there. There's no respect. I pay my
fighter.
Pardon?
Leon's a throwback fighter.
Yes.
That's why. He's throwback in terms of, when I say throwback, I'll elaborate. In terms of he just looks at it like, I'm talented, I'm a fighter, I just want to fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell fights, I don't want to build personality, none of that. I just want to fight. And I guess nothing's wrong with that. But in 2023, you have to almost be a character in sport. And I hate to say that because it's almost like I'm saying he should be a character, but I'm not saying that. But I just feel like he's legend material if he carries himself that way, in terms of he makes it known, yo, Brum, that's where I'm based. That's my hometown. There's an army of us here ready who are going to burst onto the scene. And that's it, man. Boss your own channel. You know, any little exclusives and that he should have on his own channel. Just like how Connor had the Mac Life.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? The Mac Life brothers are Connor's team, you know.
Yeah, man. And they listen, and they're doing outside. See what they did initially, it was just all about him and it. And now look what the channel's doing.
Yeah. Now they're just general MMA, but
exactly. But this is the opportunity that can be built. You know what I mean? Like, like limiting, like Leon could really parlay in regards to that particular point. Like Ariel Hawani, yeah, listen, I'm not coming on your thing yet. The exclusives are on my channel. You know what I mean? Or when he's on there, yeah. I already spoke about this. I think people already know because this is on my channel still, Ariel. You're a little bit late, but yeah, man, we can talk about it still. And then people are like, oh shit, Rocky's got the Rocky YouTube channel, okay, or whatever he calls it, Rocky Life or whatever, you know what I mean? He transfers those eyes onto him, and then it's outside of just being asked questions. It's the vlog of him going flipping from his house to the gym and all that. Some of the sessions, people's like, oh shit, you know, Rocky, I thought Rocky was a different person still. He's definitely quiet, but yo, my man's having a laugh here. You know, look at the hard work he's putting in. Then people start to buy Rocky outside of, yeah, man, he's a good fighter, man. He's champion, Brum, you know what I mean? It's, nah, man, I can see more in that. I can see myself in him. I can see my little cousin in him. You know what I mean?
See it. That's what can go on.
With another example or a comparison would be Michael Bisping. He's from Clitheroe. Now, not even people in England don't even know. Haven't even probably. You see what I'm saying? Haven't heard of Clitheroe. Don't even know where the hell Clitheroe is. Yeah. But he would constantly say, because they would do the same thing with Bisping. London, 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 London. Yeah. It's the same thing, boss. It's as far as like, we're London, there's no such thing as Brum. So get it out of your head, guys. We don't live in Brum. The whole of England is flipping, you know what I mean, London. But he would constantly say, yeah, man, I grew up in a small town in Clitheroe. Yeah. North, I think, is it northeast? No, northwest. Possibly, I may be wrong. It's north something. It's north past Manchester and all that there. But he would constantly talk about that in his documentary. He spoke in great detail about that in the commentary booth when he's doing his thing. It's always mentioning that, always bigging up his city.
Yeah, man, that's how you elevate, because once you give people especially in today's world, you know, there's one thing people need, and that's hope. people need hope. They need direction, because right now there's so much uncertainty out there. So when people see hope, they gravitate towards it. See what I'm saying? Because they can, when people see something they can get behind, because if you really think about it, you know, that's what a football team is. A football team sells hope.
Yes.
And when they win, think about it, a football team wins, the fan gets nothing but glory.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make no financial reward, none of that, just glory. Because I've never understood a man supporting a team saying, yo, we beat Real Madrid today. I couldn't be sitting down, well overweight, you know, struggling to make ends meet, talking about we won the Champions League. Like that's just not something I would do. However, people have been doing that for the best part of 100 years. Reason being because of the hope that a football team brings.
Yes.
And I'm saying that is what combat sports is now. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, all these characters. Now, what I'm saying that bothers me a lot with MMA is the fighters don't speak with one voice. And this is something that I've been meaning to, you know, I wanted to chop it up on CFR Sports about, because when I look at that Francis Ngannou, and I say to myself, yo, you're going to get KO'd by Wilder in 1 or 2 rounds. Like, you're not going to land on Wilder. So you need to go back to the UFC and work out some kind of deal to fight John Jones. But the fact that he's just chasing paydays and that,
yeah.
he's only chasing, like, he's not even trying to cement his legacy in the MMA world. He's trying to just make money, which I understand. You got, you know, we all want to make money, but it's like he don't believe in himself, because all he has to understand is, yo, you go on a certain run, you can do what you want after that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he believes he won't win these fights. Why he's looking at, yo, I need to maximize my money now. Because all he's doing is begging for paydays, coming like a scoundrel, man. All he's doing is begging for the Fury payday, the Joshua payday, the Wilder payday. I'm like, Fury's got Undisputed to worry about. Joshua's trying to rebuild his career. And Wilder's trying to rebuild his career. These men are literally done in the next few years. These men won't be boxing past 5 years. They ain't got time jumping in no circus clown fight. You're an MMA fighter. That's like saying a man who plays rugby, throw him in the NFL. It doesn't work like that. And I just can't wait to see the day these gimmicky business stops. Just can't wait for the day that stops.
Okay. Now, everything you're saying is right. Everything you're saying is right. The key factor is this money thing. This is why it's all taking place, Mark. You as we broke down, you know, a few months back in regards to what you thought Rocky was gonna get when he got the belt and all that, and what they were fighting for, and I'm telling you the numbers and shit.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why there's this major interest, and because Jake Paul, love him or hate him, he's created this influencer flipping crossover kind of lane where, you know, in essence, old fighters are like, look, I've done okay, but look how much money man's made. Listen, Ben Askren made more money getting knocked out in that first round against Jake Paul than he did in his whole flipping career.
That's crazy.
That's disrespectful, sibling. That's just, come on. So again, and we won't go too deep into this, but this highlights that there is a major problem with the pay scales in regards to boxing and mixed martial arts. They have an antiquated system where you bust your ass, you bruise yourself, you broke bones, all kind of stuff, perfecting your art, doing a training camp, dehydrating yourself to cut weight to make a certain contractual weight. And then when you turn up, you're told, okay, you get show money. And then if you win, you get your show money plus your win money. So that's like, let's say 80 to show, 80 to win. And then I'm gonna dangle another carrot. You can get a performance of the night or a fight of the night on top of that, and I'll give you 50K. To go out there and use all 8 limbs to destroy another person's physical. And you're gonna dangle. They don't get the 160 straight off the bat. As long as you show up and fight, you're getting your 160. No. You're just gonna get 80, mate.
So the other 60, the other 80 is win bonus.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Because you gotta remember, they gotta break that down. You gotta remember. Okay, some man might have sponsors, but management, coach. Break it down.
No, you're right. That's what historically was the flex. But then when UFC saw the pound size and did that Reebok deal a number of years back, I think it was 14 or something like that, 15, 16, that stopped fighters from, some fighters would be earning more from sponsorship than they would from fighting.
That's mad.
Just product placement on their shorts and then having the little banner they used to drape over the cage and shit. Reebok came in, nah. So then you get your sponsorship money from Reebok, which is from like 3K, and you peep it now. Now I'm telling you everyone this.
3K
it starts from.
Yo, that's disrespect, man. That is disrespect. No. That is big time disrespect. 3K,
sibling.
That can't even pay a first class flight. Good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is why you see them in the ring at the end, running around trying to put their Reebok t-shirts on, and you see them with their Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
VOD. Because if they don't have that, they don't get paid their sponsorship money, sibling. They're prostitutes. It's wrong, boss. They're unwilling prostitutes. Because it's not like they've sought out the John and said, yeah, man, for me to rep you, you're going to pay me this. No. The Johns come to you and said, nah, boss, you ain't seen nobody, boss. This is my block. I'm just going to break your 3K and you best wear that damn t-shirt. And Monster Energy's like, yeah, man, I want to see that damn drink as well. Or we ain't going to give you nothing.
Yeah.
So outside of that, they can't, as I say, there is a sponsorship opportunity, but not to be shown in the ring. And that's where the big money is. So then you'll see them on Instagram, yo, I'm partnered up with this so-and-so, or you'll see the pictures like, yo, I've got the Gym King thing on, or whatever, or yo, I got this CBD something, yeah? That's the only other way that they can make any supplementary income. To pay for their camps, to pay their trainers, to pay the physiotherapy, for their gym membership, for the equipment, for their nutrition, all of this stuff just to perfect their art, to get through the training camp. And then they make it to the fight and they lose the fight, and then they're only getting their show money. They just get the show money, man. That's all they get. Crazy. Manager's gonna take money from that, as you don't know, yeah? Tax.
Absolutely crazy. And that's what I'm saying, that I want to see Leon get his paydays. Because look, all right. So Silk. Yeah, Silk. Shout out to Silk. He's got a gym in Great Bar. He's got an MMA gym, Silk has. And he's trained my son there, my nephew, and them like a couple of times. But he's training and teaching MMA to the next generation.
Yes.
So no matter what happens with his career, you can see the love of the sport, and the money that he has made, he's pumped it into that gym.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what, that's gave Silk purpose.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? These are important conversations, but it gave Silk purpose. Something that a lot of humans are missing. And what I'm saying is Rocky can cement his purpose. Not to say he's because his purpose may well be to be a fighter, to be a manager, whatever. I can't speak for a next man, but I'm saying he can be that statue in Brom. He can be that statue in Brom. He can be that. No, but and I want to see it because so much people have missed out on it from different industries.
Yeah.
Sports, a man tries to carry it that, you know, he tries to disassociate himself from the city and carry it that way. And then when the career's over, the city don't show love. Whether it's, and I know that, I'm telling you this, whether it's music, a man gets on and believes that, yo, F Brom, and moves. Once the career dies down, you don't get that. I'm saying Rocky can be that, yo, that's the guy. That guy is the guy. He can be that. With a win tonight, of course, as well.
I think that will aid it more. But just look, he came back from Colorado. He had to fly into Heathrow Airport. Now, I watched this recently. I remember seeing it initially. I was thinking, flipping hell. There was no press there, sibling, as far as I could see. There wasn't the Sun newspaper there flashing whole heap of pictures and all that kind of stuff. It was his friends and family that were there, and a couple people. A UFC champion arriving back onto British soil. There's no Sky News there. There's no BBC News there. There's no newspapers there. There's no independent reporters there. It's just his friends and family. 40 people, maybe. You see when Mayu Yaroslav Amaslav went back home and all that thing. The shutdown city. When Khabib went back home. You saw the footage, right? You seen?
Yeah, man.
Come on, sibling. Presidents out there.
You can even you can even take it away from MMA. Prorodnikov. My man didn't even win, but he brocked up a man. And when he went back to Russia, the way I'd rated him. Madonna, when he beat Brona, went back to Argentina, and he was that guy. They gave him land. The man got land from the Argentinian government for winning a fight. Look at Edwin Valero. Now, people, this Edwin Valero, listen, even to this day, you know, just Google Edwin Valero. He was from one of them South American countries, yeah. You know, them dictatorships.
Yeah. Communist country. Yeah.
Killer. No, boy. Killer in the ring. When I say killer, I'm talking about man was spiteful. Just real dang. He used to KO his sparring partners and everything.
Shit.
Like one of the most legend. I would love to have seen him fight Pacquiao. But this geezer was spiteful, but he done that much. Matter of fact, you know what? I don't want to just guess. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, bring it up, man. Bring it up for riggedy. And it's translatable, and as you're bringing it up, so we had the
Venezuela.
Yes.
Venezuela now. Let me quickly say this. My man put on for Venezuela. To the point where his story ended effed up, and we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But man damn near was next to the president. Like, because of what he was doing, flying that flag. And what I'm saying, we're not talking about a country. And a country as a whole, you're not really going to be that guy. You're not going to be that guy. But for the Midlands, you can be that guy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say to them, man, don't let these interviewers trick us into saying you're from London. Because if your career goes down, which God forbid it don't, but if it does, then you got nothing to hold on to because you ain't from London. And London's not the same as Brum. It's like 4 cities in one.
Yeah.
So a man can live in one part of London and another and never ever see each other their whole life. Brum, we are all connected here.
Yes.
No matter what nobody wants to say, we are all connected.
In some kind of way.
100%.
6 degrees of separation and all that there, but listen, you bring up some very, very good points, but also in that respect, we also need not just the mayor of Brum to meet Rocky, you know, and it go on Central News or whatever. We need more, man. We need more. We need a parade and thing. I was hearing about a parade going on, and then it went silent. I didn't hear about no parade. Did it actually take place? Has it been?
No. There was no parade. There was
Why?
no. I don't know. I don't believe the city. I mean, my mom tweeted, and she tweeted out congratulations, and I know a lot of the political people have shown their love to Rocky from the city, but I believe that the promo of him being from here has been poor, which is why a lot of people have just haven't really said anything at all. In
BT
terms
Sports.
of it, because when you watch the Breakfast Club one, I watched it and I sat there and I watched it and I was like, yo, a man from Erdington's on this platform. I'm like, yo, this is amazing.
With the strap.
I wanted to hear the talk because I wanted to hear him say it. I'm telling you, I was heartbroken, man.
Yeah, man.
I was heartbroken because I wanted to hear him to say, yo, I'm from Erdington and yeah, rare. But it was all generic. Like, it was the place where I come from. It was worded like this, like, in the place where I come from, there was a gym and my mom brought there. No. Don't say it like that, Leon. Say it like this.
But think about Paradigm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's his management.
Yes, they said, pardon self. Look, we're going Breakfast Club. Yeah, this is going out live on radio, and you're going to be having on the YouTube thing. And they manicured his responses because they would have had a brief of what the kind of conversation is, because you know how it goes. You know what I mean? This isn't a free flowing build kind of thing. But then you've got Charlemagne, who is nowhere near a god. He must have had like just questions on the page. He must have literally just came in the room and was like, oh, we got a British shoot here. All right, and what am I supposed to ask him? Oh, these 4 questions. All right, then. Yeah, so Rocky, yeah,
jiggling. What? The other host cut? No, bro. The other host cut. It was only Charlemagne.
Exactly.
He's like, everyone else is gone. Nah, tell them, yo. Okay, say if I'm not being interviewed, that's what I'm saying. They're almost pushing. And remember, like I said, I'm passionate about the city. And it's almost like they're almost pushing the thing, like they don't want us to get no shine on the place. Like Liverpool can fly that flag proudly. You know what I mean? Manchester can fly that flag. If a Don comes from Liverpool, he's making the world know. He's standing up on top of mountain tops, saying, yeah, lads, I'm from Liverpool, lads. All that stuff. to the point where I think some of them overdo it.
Of course.
Like Paddy Pimblett. I think he overdoes it. And his little bedroom, the girl, they overdo it.
Well, Molly, she's been in this thing. I've had more sort of viewing time with Molly, and she overdoes it when Paddy's around. She's always been that way. Before I even really knew, when Paddy was still in Cage Warriors and Molly was over in UFC making her debut and all that, she's always been like very what's the best way to put it, like laddish, boyish, come on, yeah, that chanting shit, that's her. You know what I mean? I don't think she's necessarily putting it on. I think she's just like a tomboy kind of gal who just football-y hooligans kind of style. That's the way I see that kind of behavior.
Don't know, but I agree. She's definitely naturally that kind of lad, tomboy. That's what she is. But I believe these people overcompensate for the fact that they're from Liverpool because they understand. You see, when you're a legend in Liverpool, you're good.
Yes.
You're good.
Yes.
Michael Owen, Steven Gerrard, the Beatles,
Till?
Out there.
Darren Till as well.
Darren Till. He's lost. See what I mean? But Liverpool stand, David Price, they gave this dude so many opportunities because they understand that when you got a star coming from Liverpool with that city behind you, look at the football team. Look at the football team. And that's what I'm trying to say. They push it like that. But for some reason, we don't do that here. And I don't know why. And I understand that this is no way what I'm saying. Leon does this, but I understand that the management will say, allow all of that. But
I've
nah,
thought.
man, take control. Tell them nah, because there's points in doing that. Like there's a guy, not a guy, well, everyone knows what I'm talking about. Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the American Irish dudes you'll ever find.
Mm.
Like I literally only heard him talk today for real for the first time properly. His real voice. He's got an Irish accent.
A raw Irish accent. I've never heard him talk out of
He's
character.
got that Irish American accent. You know, like you ever watched The Departed?
Yeah.
He talks like how them man's talking The Departed. Because remember, that's what
See.
he's from. He was in there. Them man are from. They're people. Them are Irish, and it. So what I'm trying to say is, JA ain't. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. JA are not backing Rocky.
What would he need to do though, Mark? What would he need to do for
don't back no one who's not
living there?
directly living there and speaking with the accent directly. And they're not backing a brother with an English accent. They're not. I keep it real. I'm a realist. JA don't back nothing with an English accent. They don't. They don't back nothing with a non-Jamaican accent. Facts, especially in sport. Because look at the Axeman. Look at the Axeman in boxing. Yard never backed him. His shorts was Yard. His shorts was the flag.
Yeah, exactly.
His shorts was he didn't get no backing. But if you look at Lomachenko now, the Ukraine go crazy for Lomachenko.
Yeah.
And Usyk. And look at how these man put on for the Ukraine. I'm just saying sports and where you're from is a very close link. And the facts are Rocky left Yard and came here when he was like 11. Yard is a place that once you leave, you're a foreigner now.
Yeah, foreign.
Yeah, man, once you leave, it doesn't matter what no one wants to say. I know this firsthand. You can go there, do whatever, spend as much invest. Your people, them can be from there. From you are not there, living there, they don't accept you. Facts. All facts. I'm not saying they're not going to look and say, yo.
It's a cultural difference. Think about it as well. Let's take out the obvious out of it. Let's take the obvious, because I don't want to go there particularly today on this one. But let's take that out and let's park it. Ukraine, Venezuela, Brazil, Russia. They have a heavy culture in sports. A heavy culture. England, per se, has a huge footballing and cricket kind of culture kind of thing. But within our community, we then kind of like, let's try football. But it's not ours, per se. It's a means to, we don't have national pride. I'm saying generally. I mean, some people
not thinking ball, no, but it's hard. For us, it's hard. You can't get behind an individual because how they carry themselves. And not say it's not about a man can carry himself. And I know you said it's not that kind of build, so I won't go there. But when you look at them, they do not carry themselves in a way for you to get behind what it is they're doing. It's you can't put these men. You can't stand behind these man's campaign because you can almost see that, you're just almost like, matter of fact, I won't even go there. I won't go there. I won't go there.
It's tricky, man. It's tricky. It's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing. You know what I mean? It like growing up like in Russia, let's talk, pardon self, Eastern Bloc, all that. You grow up doing wrestling, doing sambo. There is a system, taekwondo, aikido, karate, all these kind of different things. It's a structure. We've got it here, but it's underground. It's small. It's a circuit. People are traveling from London, going up to Bradford every weekend, to Manchester, to Brum, to do these little events, to compete. And then you see 7 years later, when they come 21 or something, they're fighting and doing this and like raw. And you hear their story like, yeah, man, I grew up with competitions every week, little small circuits. I mean, wasn't earning no money. It was just competing for medals and this and that. England's not backing combat sports like that. We don't have a culture. We don't have a system to allow it. And this is another crazy thing. With everything that's happening, especially in Brum, right now, Gregorian year of 2023, when youths They're not thinking about hands, knees. They're thinking about using flipping bladed articles to settle flipping problems. Now, with a brother coming up from the muck and the mire, we can debate how much of the muck and the mire my man was in, but to come from there to channel that and become a world champion, why the F is Brum not got you all over the damn papers? This is a viable route to get yourself from nowhere to somewhere. We're opening up this. We're giving free access to all you youths. Yeah. We're giving you an opportunity to say louder. Let me channel all of this aggression, all of this energy, all of this passion into somewhere where it's legal, legitimate, and can make something of yourself, sibling.
Brom won't stand behind. Brom won't do it. No, they're not going to do it, Noble. We're not going to do it as a city until. I don't think the city are going to raise up anyone who's not in interviews saying they're from Brom. I hate to say this, Noble, but we got to keep this thing 1,000.
Yeah.
A man has to be saying I'm from Brom in the interviews, fam. You have to say I'm from, what is it? Yo, you're fighting in your hometown, London. No, I'm fighting 2 hours outside my hometown. Yeah. It should have been in Villa Park, but I'm fighting 2 hours outside my hometown. Not, I'm in my hometown. Nah, don't do that, because once London back winners, fam, that's it.
Yeah, simple as.
London's back winners, that's it. David Price coming from London, you're not getting them opportunities. The reason you see Chisora getting the opportunity he gets is because he's a man they know they can just, he's a crash dummy. Yeah. I hate to say it. Yeah. Eric Chisora is a crash dummy. They know that, brothers. He's had a million, his brain's been punched in 1,000 different ways. They keep putting this brother, they're just putting him in there now, almost like throwing a lamb. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, that's why he gets them opportunities. It's not nothing about helping him or none of that. They don't care about the money because they've made money.
Exactly.
I'm saying Brom will rise up Rocky, Trust me. It's never happened with no one before, but it can happen with Leon. But Leon has to let it be known, I'm from Brom. Birmingham. Where's Birmingham? Okay, it's the second city in England. Google it. You know what I mean? A, B, or C. And I think the council will come knocking. Not to say they haven't already, but they will come knocking, I think, because he is the answer to a lot of the problems amongst the youth, because he could easily say, yo, I was on road, boom, boom, boom. But you know what? Yeah. Whatever the story may be, I come from this, and, I came from Yard and come here, Erdington. There was gang activity at the time, ABC. But I stepped in a gym, and 10 years later, I'm champion of the world.
Yes.
So I'm showing you that I did it, and, this is what needs to go on, A, B, or C. The council will back that. But we have to know you're from here. We got to know you're from here first. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. He don't, in his defense, there has been, especially, let me go back to the Era Hawani thing. He does say, no, it's not London. That's just like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've got to travel from where I am, But I do agree. He does need to be a bit more direct. London, no.
I'll jump in. Sorry to cut you off. Very unprofessional. Who watches Ariel Hawani?
MMA fans.
Who watches Breakfast Club?
Every single body, sibling.
Thank you. So what I'm saying is, he never said it on Breakfast Club, where mans are watching who are not into fighting. A man who's watching the MMA hour knows he's from Brom.
Hey, simply okay. All right then.
I haven't even watched him on Ariel, but I know Ariel is an MMA journalist.
Yes.
So whereas on Breakfast Club, where you got to have the barber shops and the hood food shops and the black podcast, and we're watching that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We're watching that. Facts. So we need to know Where are you from? What was life like there? What is coming after you? Because his brother's doing his thing as well, innit?
Fabian's got a very tough matchup coming in. I think is it May or something like that in Milan or somewhere not in England.
Is he fighting my man? MVP?
No, he's not fighting MVP. He's fighting someone else tough though. So, let me bring it up, man. He's fighting. Shoot. This is gonna be a tough one for him still. If he gets past him championship thing still. Championship.
My Bellator.
Yeah. 1000%. Let me get into this.
And the UFC coming knocking for him yet?
If he gets the strap, he could go in there. He could go in there now, but he's contracted out, innit?
What's his weight?
He's 185.
Is he heavier than Leon?
Yeah.
170, innit?
170, yeah.
Okay, so in Leon, Fabian.
Oh shit! Hold up! I just found it. Shit! Fabian is taking on the former middleweight champion Gegard Mousasi. Listen, Gegard, shit, dream champion, K1 champion. He didn't get the UFC strap, but he was very, very, very close. Bellator multiple time champion. He's serious. The last fight he had wasn't the best performance for him at all, where he lost the strap. He got dominated for 5 rounds. Johnny Eblin just murked him out for the whole damn something. But Gegard is, in my opinion, the toughest fight that Fabian Edwards is ever going to face. He's got more than double the experience on Fabian.
Boy, good luck, man. When's that fight?
That is coming up, let's see, May 12th in Paris. It's in Paris. You know what?
Okay.
I did check because I thought actually Paris isn't too far. Shall I go to a Bellator event? And I was looking at the ticket prices, sibling. And I don't mind spending money, but we're talking. I even said to the Empress, "Would you want to come to Paris?" She's like, "What for?" I was like, "To watch some MMA." I was like, she's like, "Nah." Well, you can stay in the hotel then, if anything. She goes, "How much are the tickets?" So I looked on there now. Ticket prices were like a bag upwards.
Forget that.
A bag.
You gotta put your flight and all that in as well.
Flight, your accommodation. You ain't staying in no B&B kind of thing. So
check it though. We're speaking about Fabian Edwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
His brother walked into a gym, and now he's fighting in Paris.
Yes.
Do you understand the knock-on effect?
Of course.
He had to see his brother got into the game. You see what I'm saying? When doors open, when one door opens, yeah, and you can inspire a generation. If Leon don't walk into UTC, there is no fight in Paris.
2005.
That's what I'm saying. It's very, very important for us to understand that influence is what drives the nation, man. You get me? You could even look at whoever is the prime minister now. Well, maybe that's the wrong example. But if you look at most, professions, there was a spark.
Yes.
For that person to get into that profession. But yeah, man. But all right, Noble, we do have to cut this thing short, man.
Blessed be.
It's beautiful. It's been absolutely beautiful. And we're back to our regular scheduled programming as of this week.
For shiggity, technical difficulties ain't gonna stop nothing, man. We just elevate and migrate and do what we need to do. You heard?
That's it, man. So nothing but love and respect. And we'll be back next week, people.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to jump on the train. You heard?
That's it, man. We out of here.